Is this working? Hello everyone. This is the first stream on this channel. I am used to doing streams on my other channel, that's SpacePiratePrincess, and if you're interested in video game streaming and watching me dork out and play games poorly and die a lot, then go ahead and follow me there. But if you're interested in drawing and advice on how I do art, then please watch this. I do art with Krita. I used to use GIMP, but GIMP started getting really glitchy and bad, and it kept crashing, and it completely corrupted my tablet and made my tablet completely corrupt my computer, and so I had to get a new computer. So I'm on a laptop now. It's a... oh, what kind of laptop is this? Hold on, let me check. Properties. No, compute... this PC. Nope, that's not, properties? Yeah, I'm not sure how to look up my computer properties. I'll probably remember how later, but it's a good laptop. Asus. It's an Asus laptop. That's what it is. And Asus does well. It runs all my video games on high and does my art and my tablet smoothly. And since I don't use Krita anymore, or I don't use GIMP anymore, Krita has been working much better. Krita is smooth and does everything I need it to. Sure, it doesn't do a lot of photo editing, but since I don't really do photo editing, I don't need that part of GIMP or Photoshop. I only need the painting, and Krita is great at painting. So first of all, I'm going to be making a new document. I usually keep it at 1500 and 2000 because that is a good ratio for stand-up pictures, and I like to draw my character standing up usually. So let's go with that. Now, as you can see, there are lots of brushes here. It's great. Hold on, let me set aside something in my lap. Okay. So these brushes are good for all sorts of situations. You have the stars and the speckles here. I like to use the stars and speckles to make galaxies. You have mountains, which are good for things in the distance. Lines, which are good for like wood grain. Hearts for pretty backgrounds. A little bit of grass, two types of grass actually, which are good for little things at the base of characters' feet. Lots of special brushes, translucent brushes, smear brushes, different kinds of airbrush and watercolor and oil brush, charcoal. So what I like to start off with, let me make a new layer. Call this, well, I'll leave it as paint layer 1 because it's not going to be sketching forever. I'll use the pencil 2, which is a medium thick pencil. It's not as chunky as this one, but it's not thin and whispery like that one. And I'll leave it on the color red, which is what I was using for my last piece of art. Let's call this Dream Art. Now, what I like to do is start off with the head. If you watched my last video, which was from like a year, maybe 2 years ago, I talked about how I do my style. My style has progressed since then, so this will be a little bit different. Let's go with right about here. Draw a circle. This is the center of the head. This is how you tell where you put your chin. Start off with the cheekbones. What kind of face shape do I want to do? I think kind of a heart face shape. So let's kind of lightly sketch a heart. I want something cute and round. And then do the cheekbone, go down to the base of the heart, add a little chin. Chins are important. If you don't add a chin, it's going to look pointy like an anime, and like there's nothing wrong with anime, but if you're not going for anime, make sure you add a chin. There we go. Ears are important. You don't have to add an ear, but if you don't add an ear and you have a character's hair, say, going like this, then it's going to look strange, because it'll be like, what is this empty space above the jaw? Eye shape. What kind of eye shape do I want? Let's go with a round one. It's good to have an array of different shapes for your faces, otherwise all your faces will turn out the same. So you can have eyes like this, or you could have eyes like this, or you could have eyes like round, angular, more slanted. There's a lot of things that you can do with eyes. Don't quite like the shape of this eye. Let me round that out a little more on the bottom and erase. Yeah, it's better. Let's see. What do I want for the hair? I think I want, so let's say this has a widow's peak to go with the heart face shape, and then let's add the edge of the widow's peak, add some spiky hair, and have like a little bit here. Make sure you remember the shapes that you're drawing. Everything has to be thought of in geometric shapes. So like this point here, it goes up like this, but you don't draw the full line. You like to emphasize the fact that this is all connected hair. So add the line on top to finish off the shape, and finish off that shape, and connect it. Add some lines to emphasize the hair underneath, and those are the bangs. And then we'll just make sure that you add the brow. The brow is important. I'll do more detailed eyebrows later, but for now that'll be the brow. The brow has to stick out a little bit, otherwise you're going to have no forehead and that's going to look weird. I kind of want to do a short hairdo, maybe with like ponytails in the back. So let's do a little lip where the hair goes over the forehead. Go like this, curve around the skull. Make sure you have the back of the skull. If you don't do the back of the skull, the head's going to look flat. Your hair has volume and it goes above the skull, so think about that. Do a little this. No, I don't like that. Make it a little closer. And go like that. No, I don't like that either. How about kind of like that? And then maybe add a little cut in the hair. Okay? Where is she gonna look? Let's have her look to the side. The eye facing away from the camera is always a little bit smaller. So not that much smaller, not unless like if it's turned profile. So like from this point you don't even see the other eye. Or if it was turned more than this character is turned, see, this eye is smaller than this eye. And you have to think about the shape of the eye. The eye is round, it's a sphere in the head. So you're not going to draw it like flat like this. It's not flat against the side of the cheek. It's round, it's sticking out. So like this is round, it's not flat, it's round. So just remember shapes. Now for the nose curve goes, see, there's an eyebrow here, and you want it to go around the eye socket, so emphasize that roundness. Let's go with a slightly hooked nose. I like hooked noses, I think they're cute. Did I just get a notification? Yes, I did. Ah, that's my brother. Okay. Let's do a cute smile. And add some lips. I like lips. Lips are fun to shade. If you have lips, you can give them cool colored lipstick. And erase a little bit. Okay, do I want earrings? Earrings, earrings, earrings. How about some basic rings going around the ear? Yeah. Okay. So there's the head. Now, once this saves, there we go. The neck is between the end of the jaw and the chin. I know when I did my tutorial last time, I said the neck has to start at the back of the jaw, but the problem is when you're facing this way, the neck doesn't look like that. And despite knowing that the neck connects to the back of the jaw, you have to draw what you see, not what you know. That's one of the big lessons they teach in class. So while you know that the neck connects here, what you're seeing is the neck here. And if you don't draw the neck here, if you draw the neck here, then it's going to look like the head is sticking out way forward like a bobblehead. So don't do that. Draw what you see, not what you know. I'm going to give her medium long neck. I always draw kind of smallish necks. I think that they look cute. Not too small. I don't want bobbleheads, but you know, small enough that you can see the details on whatever necklace or something I put on them. Shoulders. Shoulders are important. I know if you're used to drawing Sonic characters like me, they have no neck or shoulders, and that kind of impacts the way you draw characters for years until you unlearn that. You have to, with any other character, draw the shoulders and neck so that way their whole upper part looks balanced instead of just like you smushed their whole top half. So shoulders, neck. Next is the chest. You have to think of it in terms of where the spine is. The spine is centered here, and after a while you get used to it enough that you kind of see it in your head and you don't have to draw it. So make sure the chest is centered, but remember that it's facing this way, so the chest is not going to be like this, centered on the spine. It's going to be centered as in this is behind it and it's turned. Let's give her a rounded shape. Outline the whole round shape. You won't see this once your clothes are on, but it's good to know where it is. So you can see it goes with the spine. The stomach isn't just a jut in. The stomach has a little bit of a lip here where the ribs are, and then angle in and angle out for the hips. Go with the curve of the spine. Like that. Maybe not quite that far. Like that. Angle in, angle out for the hips. Next, rounded hips. Want my legs to be spread. Base of the round shape that you made is the butt. Line for the legs. The legs are ovals here. This is where the knee is. You want to curve above the knee. And then the bottom of the leg is a pear shape. Remember, this is facing towards us. This is facing to the left, profile. So you want the curve to be bigger facing left. Okay, now what do I do with the arms? Arms. I could put them on our hips, but I always do that. I kind of want to do something different. How about I love you sign? So the arms cannot go down to the knees. Like, they cannot. That is way too long, and it's gonna look weird. So make sure your arms are only about 2/3 of the way down, which means that the top of the arm stops about at the ribs. And then pear shape for the lower half of the arm. And do it slightly tilted so that it's kind of a hang loose shape. Now it's, yeah, thumb sticking out. Trapezoid for the base of the hand. Thumb connects to this shape here. Always connect this shape to the thumb. Hand, and then fingers have 3 joints. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and then the third one is curled underneath. So make sure that you draw the third one kind of implied here, because the first knuckle goes up to here, so that first knuckle is hidden. 1, the pinky is shorter. And then do a little, maybe not that angle. Here? Yeah. Add some motion lines, like a hang loose. And then, what do I do with the other hand? What do I do with the other hand? Thumbs up, maybe. Fold it behind her back. No, that would look weird with the hang loose. She's more chill than that. How about like a finger guns? So like this. Lower that arm. Hand shape. Thumb shape. 3 joints. Joint, 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 implied. And like that. And do a motion line so that way it looks like she's lowering the arm as a finger gun as opposed to just giving a thumbs up. Okay. Now for the legs or feet, do the ankle, do the heel, do the arch of the foot, and do the toe. Do the ankle. Remember what angle you're at. Do the heel. Do the arch of the toe, or the foot. Arch. Not quite that low. Arch. And then do the toes. Like that. Feet are kind of small. Let me grow them a little bit. You don't want the feet to be smaller than the hands. It will look weird. Like that. Like that. Okay, now that we have the body down, it's time to do the outfit. I had a very specific outfit in mind. Necklace, kind of want it to be like a belt thing. Holes. Okay. Belt thing going down this way. Like that? No, like this. Holes. Belt thing going down this way. Holes. Go up. Sweetheart neckline. Go down. Go up. Little V. Go down. Make sure you have the little lip of the cloth going over the skin. That will help emphasize its solidness. Button, button, belly button. Little lower. Big belt. This hole. Let's see. Kind of want lacy, and then this going halfway down, and then lace on up the fingers. Lacy halfway. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Oh, hold on, getting a call. Hello. I'm fine, just drawing. Yeah, Grandma came in and brought some furniture. It's good furniture. Yeah, I mean, not much has happened yet. Yeah, I gave you a thumbs up. I was watching the one that Joseph sent me last night. Love you. Yeah, I'm trying to. Love you. It is. Yes. Love you. Bye. Sorry about that. She was just checking on me. Lines. And halfway up the thumb. Halfway up the fingy. Fingy, fingy, fingy. Okay. Let's see, I kind of want there to be pinstripes on this. Haven't decided yet whether I want those pinstripes to be lighter or darker than the material. Maybe lighter. And then shorts. Nice short shorts. Let's give them buttons going down. Or do I want buttons down the front? Let's do buttons down the front. And button here. Button here. Line. Seams are important to remember. And then I want her to have leggings. This is sort of an adventuring outfit that I thought of. Leggings I want to be lighter pinstripe maybe? I don't want to just have regular stripes because I have a lot of characters with striped leggings. Yeah, let's go with lighter pinstripes. And then I kind of want thigh-high boots, just because those are fantastic. So yeah, let's go with that. Thigh-highs. You know what? Actually, let's take away the pinstripe leggings. Let's give her thigh-high stockings with a little bit of lace. Lace is mostly just scribbles. You don't have to think about it too hard. And then we'll give her boots up here. Let's see, I would like them to be spat boots. So they'll go like this. Erase the arch a bit. And then let's go with this. No, wait, reverse, because it's on this side. Always remember what angle you're drawing at. You don't want to put this in the center like this because this is facing away. And then let's have some buckles. No, wait. To match the top, let's do belts. Belt. Belt. And like that. Line. I don't want to do full laces. You can make your shoes as complex as you want them to be. Just remember that if they're too complex, they'll take away from the rest of the outfit. So you have to, if you're gonna make complex shoes, you have to make the rest of the outfit simpler. Like I don't have a lot of design on the shorts or the lace socks. Let's give her a belt up here, just to go with the flow. Belt here. Like that. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh, the ponytails. And then this. Like that. Anything else? Anything else? Let's give her a little swirly do. And then that'll go like this, and so like this. And then go like this, and so like this. The question is, do I want this to be bracelet or tattoo? Tattoo would be cool. Let's go with tattoo. And then a little mole. Yeah. Okay. So that is the sketch done. How long has this stream been going so far? 30 minutes. It's not bad. Okay. Now for the line art. I like to use this pen here. So let me increase the size so you can see. So it does that, and it does contours. You see that tapered tip? That's what I'm looking for. I love tapered tips. Okay. Little too big. A little too big. A little too small. There we go, that's a good size. So let's start with here. Don't like that. I want to have a tapered tip. Like that. I try to connect my lines. I didn't used to. And then I realized one day that even though I thought I was being artistic, they actually don't look as good when you don't connect them. Who'd have thunk it? So now I try to connect my lines. Like that. Come on, taper the way I want you to. Like, what is even the point if it's not going to taper? Just like that. And then let's do some nice pointy eyebrows. Girls should not be afraid of having prominent eyebrows. Eyebrows are good things. Eyebrows means that you're not bald on your forehead. I raise my fist just like this, just like this. Little hairlines. The other half of the widow's peak. Forehead. Hair. Like that. And eyes. In other news, Deltarune just came out, or Deltarune Chapter 2, I mean, which is very exciting because I love Deltarune, and I love Undertale, and I'm excited to see how the story goes. So far, the first chapter of Deltarune and the bit that I've seen of the second chapter, they're not as deep or emotional as Undertale. They're not as, how do you say this, poignant? How, you know what word I'm trying to say, profound. They're very cute, the music is good, the characters are good, it's just, it doesn't have as much impact, you know, it doesn't leave me in tears or anything, and boy did Undertale leave me in tears. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes, and I am optimistic that maybe it will be a little more this time, but like so far it hasn't. It's good. It's good, don't get me wrong. It's definitely enjoyable. I heavily recommend that you all play it. It's just like there's just not as much to it, you know? It's very straightforward. Not a lot of subtlety. It's not bad, it's just different. And for me, not quite as good. It's still good, but not quite as good as Undertale. Still, I'm excited to see the playthroughs that I've been watching continue. I don't have a whole lot of time to play the game myself, which is a little sad because I was really excited to play it, but I have a full-time job now, and so I really need to, you know, pay the bills and keep working that full-time job and not get fired. So I'm leaving it to people whose job it is to play video games, like Jacksepticeye, to play the game for me so I can watch them. There we go. And that is the face. Nice. Oh, eyelashes. Almost forgot the eyelashes. That's the most important part. Do less pressure on your pen and you will have better tapers for the eyelashes. these a little longer. Okay, there we go, eyelashes done. Make sure you're on the right layer. I almost clicked on the wrong layer there. You do not want to be on the wrong layer when you're drawing. That is the artist's worst nightmare. Kind of keep your fingers braced on Control-Z. As you can see, I've been undoing a lot of my lines when I'm not satisfied with them, and if you keep your fingers braced there, then undoing and redoing is very quick. Like that. No, like this. Line. Sometimes Krita lags a little bit, but that's okay as long as it doesn't crash like GIMP did. I want this to be in front, so let's do this line. Like that. And then, no, wait. Like that, okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No. Yeah. You don't want to do all the lines because it's going to look like her chest is bursting out of the shirt. And I'm sure that some people like that. I do not. It's not realistic, nor does it look comfortable. And I like my characters to be comfortable. Usually. There's some times where they have to like wear armor or something that just not like, you know, casual comfy clothes. But in this case, I want her to be comfortable. And even with armor, if it's like sci-fi armor, the whole thing is that you want it to be like your second skin. So it's good for it to be comfortable because you're going to be wearing it all the time. And with armor especially, you want to practice how you draw it on females, because having boob armor, like things that emphasize the boobs without having a full chest plate on, are not realistic. Not only that, but they are dumb looking. No woman is going to wear an armored bikini to war, at least not a smart one, not unless they wanted to die. And the armors that completely cover up the chest, but like have a lip that goes down like this, it's more realistic because if you have it separate, if you separate the boobs, the sword is going to go right through the middle, like sliding off of the boob plates, stab you in the heart. You don't want that. If you have it cover up like this, like a full chest plate, it still feminizes the body without being unrealistic. So you have to learn how to make your character look attractive while still being believable. Meanwhile, this character, she's an adventurer who doesn't particularly care to protect herself that much. So she's not going to be wearing armor. I mean, I don't know much about this character, but I know that. I only made her up on the fly like a few hours ago. No. There. And once you have the joints drawn, you don't necessarily have to draw them with your line art. Like, as long as they are implied in the length of the finger, then you're good. Oh, like that. Do a little line there and a little line there to emphasize the palm of the hand. Add the palm line. Line, 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 no, here, here, and here. And then the net lines. opposite netlines. There we go. Oh, tattoo. I'm not drawing the pinstripes yet because I would prefer to do those in the color that I need, and that's better to do from the color layer. Nope, nope, closer, nope, there we go. Sometimes it takes a few tries. Belt. Hole. Hole. Let's do a little wrinkle there, because why not? Wrinkles are usually at joints or where a bunch of the cloth is bunching up. There are lots of cloth tutorials online. Basically what you think about is how the cloth drapes over the shape. So like shape, cloth, cloth, bunching up cloth, add the lines where the bunches are. So like you can draw the wrinkles first and then add lines to emphasize those wrinkles. But you don't draw cloth as just random lines, because then it's going to look like a potato sack made of silly putty that's been smeared all over the leg or limb or whatever part of the body that you're doing. It's really important to know how cloth works, and I had art classes teach me that because I was in college for art. But if you don't have art classes to teach you that, then look up a YouTube tutorial or a Tumblr tutorial or a Twitter tutorial. There's lots of tutorials out there, and find out for yourself, so that way you can be satisfied with your art. It's always okay to admit when you need a little bit of training, because everybody, all artists, need training. And it's just a sign of a true artist that you admit that you're always growing and always need to learn and always progressing. If you think that you're good enough at any point, then you probably have a lot of problems with your art that you need to fix. I'm not saying don't be proud of your art. You definitely should be proud of your art because you worked hard on it. But I'm saying don't look at your art and go, this is perfect, I have nothing to improve, because you always do. And if you're improving properly, you're going to look back at that art a year later and go, wow, I need to do this better, and maybe even redo that art piece. One of the most popular things to do on Tumblr or Twitter, as far as art goes, is a revisit of old art to show how your style has progressed. And like you show the before and after. And it really shows people like how hard you're working to improve. And it's just, it's just fun to look at. So don't be afraid of changing your style or changing how you do something. It just means that you're growing as an artist. There we go. There we go. No. I had it. Okay. One of the really good ways to see how an artist is improving like that is if you follow a webcomic. So, for example, Lover of Piggies does a webcomic called Gloomverse, which is about a universe where people's magic comes from colors, and whatever hat they're wearing allows them to pull their wand out of it, sort of like a magic trick. And they all have different special abilities based on their wand and their hat. It's very interesting, and if you look at the beginning pages of it, the style is kind of rough, but as it goes on, it's been getting better. It still needs a lot of improvement, but you can tell that she's really like improving as she goes along. Another webcomic that's really good is The Property of Hate, which is about the land of make-believe and an object head, which, if you don't know, an object head is when somebody draws, that's not right, when somebody draws a character, come on, line. When somebody draws a character that has an object for a head and like personifies that object. For the character who's the main character in The Property of Hate is RGB, and he has a TV head. And he convinces a little girl to go along and be the hero of his adventure. We don't know the little girl's name because she forgets it as soon as she gets to the land of make-believe, and she is just called by her role, which is hero. And they have to save the world from being destroyed. And I don't want to spoil too much, but like it's got a lot of like meta like art to it, like squares being cut out by scissors, or characters being deleted or drawn onto the page, creatures made of emotions and feelings like grief, lies, and dreams. There's a rabbit that controls time, or maybe just sees time. I'm not sure. There's not a lot of detail on him. But it's really neat. And again, it's another thing where, because it's been going on for so long, you can really see Mod Mad's style improving as they keep the comic going. And it's neat to see. It's a really fun comic. It's like my favorite webcomic out there, so you really should try it. It's got lots of pages, so it will take a while for you to catch up to where they finished updating so far. And then I believe it updates every couple weeks. I think it's supposed to be once a week, but Mod Mad has, real life to take care of, and so they don't always update once a week. So you just have to get used to waiting. But besides the waiting, it's really good. Want to make sure that these are even. Do the ankle, and then the footsies, heel, arch, toe, no, there, spat, toe, 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 spat, and then the waistlines. You can make things as detailed or as simple as you want. More detail always makes things look better, but it always takes more time too. So sometimes instead of doing full laces where I outline each string, come on. Hold on, let me insert a new thing. There we go. Lines. I don't like doing all of the lace lines and each individual lace string, so I will sometimes do like this and just do the lines like this, and it still looks good. Not as good as if you did individual lace lines, but you don't have to worry about that if you don't want to. It's all up to you. It's your art. Oh, brush. Brush. It's easier to do it on another layer so that way you don't have to worry about erasing the lines you don't want to. And then Control E moves that layer down, and voila, we have our line art. Head is a little big. Let me shrink the head a bit. Not by much, just a bit. I want to make sure I don't get the wrong lines selected here. How is that? That's better. Put that back. Then fix the lines. Voila. So I need to come up with a name for her. I really like T names. I feel like T names are very good for spunky characters like Triss or Trudy or Taylor, Tiara. I kind of like Trudy. Sounds like Rudy, you know, but Rudy is a boy's name, so Trudy. Yes. And this is why I did not name that layer sketch, because now the layer is going to be color. And before I do that, you almost always want to color on gray, because it will allow you to see the colors more fully. If you're on white, then sometimes you're going to miss pixels and not be able to tell. The colors will always look very starkly bright against the white in comparison to what they actually are. So let's go with a nice bluey gray. A little more gray. Fill that in. And then let's see, how about a little bit of pink and add a gradient? No, let's a little less pink than that. Like that. Okay. And then for colors, I know I want this top to be red. So let's pick, I like coloring with the pen because it's solid. I might shade with one of the other textures later, but I'll do the pen for now. Not quite that big. Red, 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 red. Deep, deep red. A little dark so that way I can do lighter lines for the pinstripes. Always color on a separate layer from your lines. That way you can color behind the lines. And that way you can erase without erasing your lines. I think I might do gold buttons. Do I want to use this color anywhere else? Her lips, maybe. I want her shorts to be black. Maybe the lace socks. Don't like that. There we go. Like that. I just realized these legs are different widths. Is that very noticeable? Not very. I don't want to have to go through the trouble of shrinking or growing one. What if I take this? Angle it out a little bit. No, not quite that much. Yeah. And then black. That. Erase that. Come on, I want it smooth. Smooth, smooth like little babies. Line, lace, and back to colors. There we go. Still a little bit of a thickness change, but it's not as noticeable now. Just in the knees. Okay, now for the lighter color. And lines. Looking good. Yeah. It's a little uneven, but that's okay. Yeah. That's what I'm going for. What color skin? That's a question. I do a lot of dark-skinned characters. I don't have very many lighter-skinned characters. On the other hand, there's already a lot of lighter-skinned characters, you know, just in general. On the other hand, do dark-skinned characters have moles? I think they do. I think that POC people have moles on their cheeks too. I've just never I mean, I guess I've never actually seen any. I've seen one person with a mole my whole life, so I don't know a whole lot about how moles work. I don't know if they need like a specific kind of skin. Uh, you know what? Let's go with a medium tone. It can't be too dark because her hair is not curly. Her hair is not like afro hair, and so I have to take that into account to be respectful. I would have to change her hair entirely if I wanted her to be black. So let's say that she is Latin. If she's Latin, then her skin tone would be a little more red. Like that. Yeah. Do white for the eyes. I'm sorry if my words sound very white. I know, uh, I know I am, you know, unintentionally biased because of the fact that I am born white, and that is how I was raised. And my parents try their very best to be aware, but they are also white, and so there is just times when we make mistakes and we need to learn to be more aware. And I'm doing my best to learn. It's why I have so many darker skinned characters, because I, not just that I like how they look, but I think that they need to be represented more. And I have a lot of Mexican friends because of the fact that I used to live in California, and I used to live in specifically a Mexican community, and I don't have as many black friends, but I do have Puerto Rican, because I also used to live in Florida up to about 10 years ago, and where California has a high percentage of Mexican, Florida has a very high percentage of Puerto Rican and Haitian. And so before I moved to Missouri, I was used to a lot more diversity than I see now. Missouri is very predominantly white, and I like to have my characters be diverse. I feel like it's more reflective of the rest of the world, as opposed to the little podunk white small town people here. Not that I dislike Missouri. There's a lot of Missouri that I love, but they are very white class privilege in a lot of ways. Ways that I probably won't go into because it would be upsetting for some people if they were watching this. But suffice it to say that I don't want to be like that, and I like to show more people of the world in my art. I've been working each month. I try to do a separate topic for my writing and my art. This month's topic is my Fallout fanfiction that I've been working on, and the main character for that is a black girl who has some Latino blood, but I think it's her grandpa that I decided was Latin, and then the rest of her family's not Hispanic. The rest of her family's black, and so she speaks a little bit of Spanish, but she is mostly the New York black community specifically, and I try to be aware of the way things are in real life and put some of that in, but also not caricature it, because she deserves to be treated as a real person and not just a means of awareness. I mean, she's a character, but like a fully fleshed out character is what I mean. And it's a tough balance for a white person to do, but it's definitely worth it. You just have to learn to be more aware of the art and writing that you create, and of how it affects people and how it represents people. What color do I know her eyes? I want to make a nice dark brown. And then probably that for the mole too. And a little bit redder for the tattoo. And then her hair, I already have characters with turquoise hair, and I have lots of characters with blue hair. I have a character with green hair. Do I have a character with purple hair? Let's see, it'll have to be on hue with the shirt, so that way it doesn't clash. And then lighten it up a little bit, but with the same hue, so I can't go to the right at all, because that will make it too bright and it will still clash. If you just go straight down, then you will just make it lighter without taking away from the hue. So let's go with that. Maybe a little bit redder, so that way it doesn't clash, because you don't usually put pink and red together, but if the pink has more red in it. Or what about a deeper purple? Ooh, I don't know. Purple or red? Purple or pink? Purple or what? Purple or what? Pink. Purple. I think the purple would look better. I love brightly colored hairs. I like to dye my own hair. I don't dye the entire thing, although I did do half my head once. But I love characters with bright colors in their hair, because I just love bright colors in general. They make me happy, and using them in my art and in my day-to-day life, like my makeup and my hair, my clothes, it makes me feel like it's like +5 happiness points for each item. Adds a little bit more confidence to my day. I like to use brighter makeups than most people tend to use. I have like bright blue lipstick, a purple lipstick that's about this color. I have silver lipstick, although it's a kind of a dark silver, and I have a dark blue too. I have a palette of eyeshadow that is like a bunch of neon colors, and I love them. I like to mix and match them and make like gradients on my eyebrows. I don't wear heavy makeup. I don't do like a lot of contouring or foundation or like the natural look. I don't do like cat eye or eyeliner. because it's just too much trouble, and I don't want to go through all that trouble just for making myself look like a more ceramic version of me. I like bright colors, and that's about all there is to it. That's the only reason why I wear bright colors, is I like bright colors. Here we go, that's a good color. Let's see, and now for gold. Do a little bit more orange. Make it a little, I don't know, let's just go with that color. These. Let's see. Ooh, come on, load. Where did my thing go? Why is it not working? Whoa. Oh, great, it switched screens again. Hold up. Okay, that's better. That was weird. The tablet has been doing that lately, and I'm really, really hoping that it's just a thing with the driver and not it being a sign of going to corrupt itself again, because I literally had to get a new computer. I had to get rid of everything, move all my stuff off the hard drive. It was really annoying. You know what, in fact, let me check on that right now. Tablet settings. No. Tablet driver. No. Let's just touch. No. I don't have, there it is, pen tablet. I don't have anything here to check for updates. Let me Google it. How to check for tablet driver updates. Open start, search for device manager. Double click the branch with the hardware you want to update. No, right? Realtek audio, component, no. Software devices. System devices? No. There's no search button here. There's no search. I don't know where to find it. I'm sorry this stream is a little bit of a mess. I tend to be very casual with my streams. I don't like hiding a lot of stuff. So I figure, you know, I might as well just show off what I'm doing instead of pausing the stream. Can I just check for updates in general? .10-inch pen tablet. sound. I don't see a thing for hardware and sound. If it's on here, it doesn't have the same name. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later. Sorry. Okay, back to what I was doing. I need a black to make it go with everything else. I make it a red black. If anybody has any suggestions on how to find my tablet driver to update it, I would appreciate it. If these are spats, don't I want to... Yeah, let's make this a different color. I'll make it gold. Because flashy, shiny. You know. No, actually, I want to make it red. That'll look a little classier. For the dark red. It's okay to make a lot of your shoe all the same color, because most shoes are all the same color, barring some accents. It used to be when I was starting off drawing that I would make the shoes these really overcomplicated, very colorful things that matched the whole rest of the outfit. So I would give them like zippers and buttons that matched the shirt or the pants, and like not just this like with belts, but like it would look like a shirt that was wrapped around the foot. And I would make them all the same colors that were in all the rest of the outfit, like tiny little laces and lines and stuff that were all of the colors put together, because I was like, the shoes have to bring it all together. The shoes have to be every color. And it turned out they just looked kind of a mess. So it's okay to not make your shoes a mess. It's okay to have them be what they are, and that is shoes. They don't have to be more than that. You can add more style and flair to them like I did with these, but you don't have to. They can just be like little black shoes, like Timmy Turner shoes. Or I guess Timmy Turner, he has little pink shoes that like blend into his pants, doesn't he? It's his parents that have the little black shoes. I always thought that design choice was a little bit weird, how none of them have like proper legs. It's always curved like contours for the legs and then tiny little points for feet. Like whoever drew them just didn't want to put in the effort. And I get a lot of cartoons are stylized like that to be as low effort as possible for the animators. Like, that's nice to not have to worry about it. But like, when there's so much anime out there that puts so much effort into making things look good. I mean, there's also a lot of anime that doesn't do that. There's plenty of anime that looks outright crappy. Like, I personally hate the way the Seven Deadly Sins looks. The bodies are all wrong. Every other shot, the proportions completely change. The skin, the elbows, the arms, the legs, it's just all wonky and it looks horrendous. But like, one of my friends, she doesn't really see that kind of thing in art. She sees more basic nuance as opposed to like deeper nuance, and so she can't see the artistic, well, mistakes that I do. Wait, this is wrong. Like that. And then like this. Like, she probably doesn't consider them mistakes at all. She probably just thinks that they're a design choice, but they're so clearly made by the artist rushing to get it done as opposed to trying to put any effort into making it look good. I just can't with it. I just can't. Like, Adventure Time. Adventure Time is a mess. It's nauseating to look at. I love Steven Universe though, but like, at the beginning of Steven Universe, it also looked horrendous. It was only at the later stages of Steven Universe that they really started putting effort into making things look good. I mostly stayed on for the story and clung on until it looked better. Adventure Time, I can't get behind the story either. The story's also a mess. There's just so much nonsense. Like, they do a little bit of seriousness for like 5 seconds, and then they're back to shooting like marshmallows at each other, going, wah, wah, why won't you kiss me, wah? And I mean, almost exactly like that. That's pretty much a direct quote from the show. I'm not I'm not exaggerating. And it's just weird to see it not take itself seriously. And like, I don't mean in the way that like Borderlands doesn't take itself seriously, because Borderlands does it as a carefully crafted form of comedy. Adventure Time, it's like they wanted it to be a kids show, and then in the middle of animating this kids show, their director comes in and is like, don't forget to add the heart-wrenching story for the dad who abandoned his son. And they're like, oh, I guess so. And then they add that for like a 7-second interval, and then they go right back to the nonsense jokes. And they're not even funny jokes to me. A couple of them are funny, but a lot of them will just make me go, what, why is this happening? Like, or some of them will be outright secondhand embarrassment, and I hate secondhand embarrassment. I can't handle it. It's why I can't watch The Office, and I prefer Parks and Rec over The Office, because The Office is entirely made of secondhand embarrassment. Like, that's what fuels it, is secondhand embarrassment. And I can't, it just feels awful. It's not funny to me. Alright, there we go. I think she looks great. I'm really proud of how she came out. Her boobs are a little big, but, you know, that's okay. Her boobs are big because her head was big, and with girls' chests, when you draw them, the basic average is to make the chest the same size as the head, or, I mean, the same width. It has variations. There's girls with smaller chests, there's girls with bigger chests. I guess this is just going to have to be a girl with a bigger chest because I shrunk the head. And so now the chest looks bigger. Okay. How long has this been going? 1 hour and 25. I think I'm gonna leave off for now. I will shade in Trudy later for a different stream, but I want to go and have some dinner, and I'm sure you all do too. I hope that you like how she came out so far, and I will finish her next time. Thank you. Bye.